Bienvenidos a la clase de Español 1. Welcome back to Spanish 1 class. Today we'll be taking our Lesson 27 quiz. That's Chapter 10, Lesson 27. As soon as you're finished with that quiz, we'll go ahead and begin our review for our Chapter 10 test. Remember that our Chapter 10 test will be in the lesson after next. So after you finish the quiz today, we'll go back and we'll do a little bit of review from Lesson 25, which is the first part of Chapter 10. And then in their next lesson, we'll go ahead and review 26 and 27 before taking our test in the lesson after next. So let's go ahead and get going on that quiz. If you would go ahead and clear your desks, we are going to have this quiz. You can go ahead and pause the video, and as soon as you're done, we can resume the video, and we'll move on to the rest of today's lesson. So let's get going on that quiz, and I wish you the best of luck. I hope you're prepared and that you do your best on it. All right, I hope that quiz went well for you. We'll get those graded, and I'll get those back to you just as soon as I can. But now that we've finished up with the quiz, let's go ahead and let's start looking back at all of Chapter 10 as we begin our review for the test that's coming up lesson after next. So in order to do that, let's look back at the beginning of Chapter 10. And the way I'd like you to prepare as we review for this upcoming test is to look back at some of the activities and some of the things that we did not do in class or for homework together in Lesson 25. In your workbook, that would be the activities on pages 191 to 195, 191 a 195. And take a look at those evens, the even numbers in those activities, because you remember we do the odds typically for homework, but go back and do the even numbers that did not get done. That'll be great practice for you as you prepare for the upcoming test. And similarly, I'd like you to look at our textbook activities. This is Lesson 25 is on pages 205 to 215. That's 205 a 215. And all of those activities that we do together in class, but we usually skip the even numbers inside those activities. I'd like you to go ahead and take some time to do those evens in your workbook or on some scratch paper. Go through and do those, because as you do those and you find that you have questions, that'll be a great opportunity for you to take some time to ask questions about things that maybe you don't quite understand as well as you should. So take some time right now, go ahead and pause the video and get those activities worked on. If there are things that you don't understand, mark them, maybe even in red, so that you can ask about those later. So let's pause the video and get those activities worked on right now. All right, so hopefully by now you've marked some things that maybe you need to ask some questions about. Maybe you flew right through it and you had no problem at all. Excellent. Then you're ready for the test for over this part of Chapter 10. All right, so lesson's over for today. Rather short one, but here's what we did. We took our Lesson 27 quiz, and then you reviewed Lesson 25 using the activities that we didn't complete. Que Dios les bendiga, clase. May God bless you. I hope that you continue your studying, and we'll see you in our next lesson.